Zel Boy Army, welcome to another spicy one on the channel. In today's video, I will be showing you the 4-3-1-2 tactics that helped Loudrup's lads on the road to glory go 16-0 in Weekend League. 16-0 with these Dossers was a pretty good achievement. I think Weekend League obviously ain't as stress, ain't as sweaty as it used to be, but still with like a team that's worth like 400-500k, I thought it was pretty impressive. I gave away the last few wins. I've already got rank 1 secured at 16-0. No need to go for a 20-0, but I definitely think with how I was playing, I could have gone for it. Tomorrow's video, I'll be showing the 4-4-2 tactics that I used on my main account. But for today's video, we're looking at the 4-3-1-2, the tactics that helped this team get it. I'll be showing all my tactics from the ultra defensive to the ultra attacking. And I will be showing you guys some in-game footage of how the team actually plays, how you use the formation, and just some of my general weekend league highlights. If we go through the team, the type of players you want in the 4-3-1-2. Keeper is pretty obvious, just a good one. Fullbacks, you need fullbacks who can attack, can overlap, good on the ball, solid going forward. Centre-backs, quick, strong, good defending stats, and obviously being good on the balls. Plus, for the midfield, that is actually pretty much how my midfield lines up in game, except for Lorente plays on the left side in game. Genie, he's my middle centre mid. In the middle centre mid role, you'll see it when we get to the tactics. I actually have someone who's pretty good defensively, all round physical. Genie's pretty good at just sitting back in that role. Then the outside centre mids, they need to be able to shoot. They need to be pretty good box to box. Sabitzer actually has a really good shot, to be fair. He was actually quite good, to be honest, surprisingly. And then for the cam, you need someone good on the ball, at least 4-star weak foot and skills. You can maybe get away with a 3-star weak foot skills if they have 5-star on the other one. And then for the strikers, pacey, good weak foot, good on the ball. And yeah, these boys honestly did a really good job. I really don't think this game's anywhere near as pay to win as previous FIFAs. And this is from someone who's playing one account with a 15 mil team. And then my other account, this one is a 500k team. Yes, you definitely have a big advantage still, but nowhere near as much as previous ones. I would still much rather play this FIFA with a cheap team than some previous ones. And I like to show tactics, highlights videos with this team, because it gets a bit boring on the other videos when people are saying shit like, oh, you're only doing it because your team's so good. It's like, nah, just hit 16-0 with these boys. Anyway, let's get into the tactics. So we'll start with the main bulk of the tactic, the main thing that we use for this weekend. I did mess around with it a bit, so one of the few things I want to talk to you about this video is some of the adjustments you can make, somewhat depending on your play style. Press after possession loss is pretty key. In the 4-3-1-2, when you've got so many men in the middle and your fullbacks bombing forward, if you lose the ball in their half and you have press after possession loss, there's a lot of times when you'll just win the ball back in crazy positions that lead to easy chances and the opponent can't really do a lot about it. Press after possession loss effectively gives you guys team press for 7 seconds after you lose the ball, which is pretty cracked if you can use it well. The width. Now, this is one way you can adjust. If you are struggling with through balls down the middle, lower the width. If you are struggling to press and they keep going down wide, up the width. For me, I don't have too much an issue. I like 50 width and find it good. For the depth, if you struggle with your team dropping back more up there, for me, I played old gen on both weekend leagues this FIFA. And honestly, for the rest of this FIFA, I'm probably going to be playing old gen all the time. It's just a smoother, faster, more fun experience in my opinion. And it's way less part of the bus. On old gen, the teams don't part of the bus as much, whereas for some reason on new gen, even if you have really high depth, your team just drop back. If you play new gen, I would probably up your depth a bit. On old gen, this is what I did. For the offense, balanced chance creation. I like the width quite low. You could maybe go even lower, but I like it around here. The fullbacks give the natural width. You could up players in boxes a little bit more if you wanted. Personally, I like the finesse shots still. I don't think they're quite as good post-patch, but I still think they're good enough that I'm going to be having players in box not too high, so I still get these finesses. For the instructions, balance, stay forward on the strikers, come back on defense, stay on edge of box. And this one on the cam, I would go free roam if you have someone with good attack position. Loudrup, whilst he's not the best card, has high attack position and was popping up in really nice pockets of space. If you have someone not as good attack position, I'm not sure it would work as good. For the middle centre mid, cover centre, stay back. He's like the fulcrum of the team, anchoring the midfield. Then for the outside centre mids, cover wing, balance. I mean, they're pretty much default. Cover wing's good. So when you've got these fullbacks bombing forward with the overlap balanced attack, they can cover the wing if that gets left open. Step up or not. On new gen, I would do step up. On old gen, I didn't. This is where like some of the tactical adjustments I wanted to show you in this video. That's the tactic I play most of the game in. I'm going to show you the other tactics very quick, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them. That's not the main point of this video. We'll show you these, and then very quickly, we'll very quickly go through them, and then I'll show you some in-game footage of my weekend league, how the tactic plays, all that. So 4-2-3-1, second variation is the tactic I see games out in. You can see the tactic there: drop back, low depth, high width on the attack. I used to go direct passing, long ball, but my team just ran too far forward. I was struggling to keep the ball. I'm not going to go in depth about the instructions. I'll just go through them. You can pause the video and have a look at them. This is what I would play if I was maybe a goal up and not trying to play too negative to see the game out, or I was just struggling to get a grip on the game a bit. I want to play a bit more conservative. 4-2-3-1. Go through the instructions again for you guys. Pretty standard. Nothing too special. And then my ultra attacking is the 4-3-2-1. I only had to use it once or twice, but it is worth having this type of tactic in there just to turn around those games late on that otherwise could be defeats. Very aggressive, as you can see. I like the target man in it because he just holds the ball up. It doesn't have to be someone big in the air, just someone who's just gonna, the movement's more like a target man. There you go. Those are the tactics. That is the set of lads who got us the 16 and on the road to glory. Let's now get into some gameplay clips so you can see how this tactic plays in game. One of the things I absolutely love about the 4-3-1-2 is how many men it gets going forward. Post-patch, with finesses not being quite as consistent, you need to be better in the box. I also think keepers are a lot worse in the box. At first, I didn't really notice it, but after playing a lot more on the patch and getting a bit more used to the finishing, I think keepers have been nerfed quite drastically, which makes the 4-3-1-2 even better because it has lots of men in the box. Let's watch this goal we got here. So here you can see, we've got the overlap here from, that's my right back. I've got the centre mid here in Sabitzer. We've got a striker, Cam. The other centre mid there, Lorente. So we've got, is it 3, 4, 5, 6 players here. The overlap here has created a lot of space because there, I could go there and shoot, so he's worried. I go back here, and there I've got my Ben Yedder making a good run. And then from there, he moves the keeper, but the keeper was not saving anyway. But let's just watch that back. The overlapping run of the right back there in the 4-3-1-2 is huge. And ultimately, the best thing you can get from a formation is choices, like different options. Most formations, it's not necessarily like, you could put a top player in any formation, he'll be able to do stuff. But the main thing a formation offers you is the positioning of the players. Obviously, you can change certain formation different ways with the tactics, but the 4-3-1-2 is going to offer you more men in the middle and more options than pretty much any other formation, simply because you've got a cam, 2 strikers, and 3 centre mids. And then the width you get from overlapping fullbacks, you can just see on that goal there, my opponent was clueless, dumbfounded. He did not know what to do. That's what you're going to get in this formation. We've got a goal here that we get from my opponent's kickoff. So you can see here, the build-up in the 4-3-1-2, you've got 3 centre mids who can retain possession. Dominating the midfield is really good in this formation because you've got the 3 men there. Sometimes though, it's good to go backwards, spread the ball out, and look at my fullback starting position. He's already there in the half. A rapid fullback like Davies, you can spread his legs. The overlap here creates problems, causes men to commit. I'm not really sure what his defender's doing there, but the driven pass cutback, which is really strong this year, is really good in the 4-3-1-2. And it is a nice, easy finish from there. You can see there, that's literally just come from the overlapping fullback. I wanted to show you goals and highlights with the overlapping fullbacks. because they're really important to me, because they're such a key part of this formation and what makes it stand out. This one here was some nice dribbling we got with Ousmane Dembele. Watch the turn there. So I'll show you a bit more of the build-up. Again, the overlapping centre mid there occupies the left back. Got a striker cam there occupying space. And it allows me to get 1v1s with defenders, which on old gen in particular, where the left stick dribbling and skill moves are better, is really useful because it just creates more opportunities for you. The left stick turn there with Ousmane's really sharp. Again, you can see around the box there, we've got plenty of options. It is very hard for people to defend when you've got lots of options, because ultimately, if you have 2 or 3 options and they've got 5, 6 defenders behind the ball, they've got it all marked. Whereas if you've got 5, 6 options, you're putting yourself in a much better chance of scoring. Simply put, you've got more options to go to, and they're going to panic and not know where to mark. Sure, another goal we got here. Quite a funny one the way this one ends, but you can see the team in shape right now. There, we've got the midfield mark in the edge of the box, which is really nice, by the way, for dealing with finesse. We've got our flat back 4, and now we can counter at pace. For some reason, the cam always seems to occupy like a left centre mid lamb type of spot. It's weird in terms of when you don't have the ball. Here, a little trick I'll show you. A lot of people here would do a through ball there. They're not as good there. What I do here, the ball roll inside to create a more... I know that if I pass when I'm facing that way and try to go outside, it won't do it as good. Whereas when the pass I do here, when I'm going there and I'm passing inside, I know it's going to do a pass inside like that. That's going to get in. And defenders never seem to lock onto them. And it just makes the chance a lot better. And then there, I mean, for some reason, the software being a bit annoying there. But you can see here, when I step inside, make a better angle. Now, I've got the 4 men going forward in this formation, which is huge. Very hard to defend against. Again, lots of options. Here, I do end up choking the chance. But watch what happens. I have the press after possession loss, so my boys, like a pack of hyenas, go hunting. They go straight for the ball. It's not the best by him. He should have probably pressed clear. But people rarely ever do press clear. And from there, I get a nice, easy goal that my opponent can't really do much about. That is the press after possession loss. The 4-3-1-2 on the counter. The amount of options you have. You can just see how good it is at destroying opponents. It rips their souls out. They do not know what to do against it. If you want a fun, attacking, pressing formation, this tactic and formation is for you. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Appreciate your support as always. Keep it spicy, and I'll see you in the next one.